Well, good afternoon. This, of course, is the 1968 Opel GT, an important vehicle to Opel, to GM, and frankly to me in more ways than one, because in my former career at Opel some 40 years ago, I was directly involved in the GT's development, and I was present at its unveiling. In fact, I was so dedicated to the project that I even married the young model pictured here in the GT's introduction, known as Miss GT at the time. True story. I wish it had a happy ending. It didn't. But beyond my personal involvement in the big picture, the GT made an important statement about Opel and about GM at that time. And that statement was that we were willing and able to create cars that inspire passion. And it is exactly that same statement that we're making today. This original GT was the first concept car ever designed in-house by a European car maker. It was designed at the Opel Design Center, which also was the first integrated design center of any manufacturer in Europe. Developing this car and later evaluating reaction to it clearly demonstrated to me at the time the benefit of doing concept vehicles. Now, some concepts are pure vision statements, like the Saab Aero X that we introduced last night. But then there are concepts that actually lead to production vehicles, dream vehicles that become reality on the road. And such was the original Opel GT, and such is its namesake and spiritual successor, which we will uncover momentarily. So talk about coming full circle. It was during my brief tenure as president of General Motors Europe in 2004 that I approved the plans for the new Opel GT, a design that originated with the Vauxhall VX Lightning concept, which was built in celebration of Vauxhall Centennial. The VX was an example of GM's commitment to inject more passion into the global product portfolio. Now, that passion led to unique designs and component sets for cars such as the Pontiac Solstice, the Saturn Sky, which have been overwhelmingly well received in North America. These vehicles exist because of the progress we have made in General Motors' global product development organization. It has become far more agile, global in scope, as opposed to regional in scope, but still attuned to regional and local taste. But most importantly, it's fueled by passion. That passion is guiding us in product development to create compelling vehicles that create an instant emotional connection with customers. We want to give them cars that they can get excited about. That is the legacy of the original Opel GT, a legacy that begins a new chapter here today. And I would now like to invite Anna Wieser to help me do the honors, but I need to make him understand very clearly that I am not going to ask him to marry me, although that would almost be politically correct nowadays. At any rate, let's go, Ellen. Are we ready?
We're ready. Thank you, Bob. You've often heard me talk about the rejuvenation of the Opel brand, and this car, perhaps more than any other, embodies the rejuvenation being experienced by a brand literally on the move. And as a driving enthusiast, the Opel GT is a car that's easy to love, and it's really driven by full passion. First of all, the GT embodies the fun and emotions that come with driving a roadster. Its long wheelbase, 18-inch wheels, and nearly perfect front-to-rear weight distribution create an authentic sports car driving experience. The heart of the new Opel GT is the most powerful production engine in the Ecotec family, namely a 2-liter turbo engine that delivers 260 horsepower and 350 Newton-meter of torque, propelling the GT from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than 6 seconds. All of the performance and the style of the new Opel GT will be offered for €29,900, with the first vehicle arriving at the end of this year. However, we've already sold one, as I have already ordered mine. Now, it's obvious that the Opel GT is an impressive addition to the Opel portfolio. However, what's truly impressive is when you see all of the Opel convertibles models together, side by side, for the first time. As you know, we are very close to launching our new Astra Twin Top, which is kind of like a big brother of the Tigra Twin Top, which both products you can see on the stand. With that, before I invite you up for a closer look, it's time for a family reunion of sorts. Here are all of the open-air, fun-to-drive vehicles from Opel.